and welcome to a brand new episode of Black, White, and Red All Over. I'm Victor Dandridge.
Ryan Seymore.
Dude, we are fresh from C2E2.
Yeah.
We had a glorious weekend.
It was one of the best weekends of my life, like possibly even better than my kids were born.
Whoa. He did say possibly. But why was it so good? What mattered so much to you? Did you do something that we have not done ever or in a long time,
I
sir?
don't even know where to start
That's
so
a
as
good
to
point.
not offend.
That's fair.
We went there at the behest of a particular creator that we are quite fond of.
Yes.
And that was amazing talking to him, not just about comics, but
Right.
just life in general.
Oh
so
my God.
thank you, Mark.
Yes.
See what else was
We
running into
saw
the-
lots of stuff.
Yeah, some great panels, some
yes.
great creators.
It was a good time. It was
Yeah.
a good time. I'm like literally taking all that information. I'm like, how can I use this in other places? You know I'm going to do it. So yes, this was a very strengthening, trip for us.
Yes.
I think we bonded even closer
We did.
on the way up, on the way back.
Yeah.
Things that we spoke of.
Yeah, got a little bit awkward when I tried to spoon with you.
No, it didn't. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Anyhow,
so we come back and we've got a great week of books.
Yes.
Like, did we get any suggestions?
we didn't for the most part, and that's kind of my fault because Friday is normally when I post the list of all the books we're getting.
We were gone.
yeah, we were
occupied.
not
Sorry.
available for that.
Sorry. But we did select some pretty
Yes.
good ones, if I do say so
It was a
myself.
good week. There were too many books. Like this is not necessarily the cream of the crop,
Right?
because there's almost so much other
There's
stuff that
so
would
much.
fit into that.
There's so
description.
much. Like you were struggling real hard with trying to figure out like what should be in your account.
Yeah, we're already
Like,
cut to 5.
That's hard. All right. So what do we have that is the same? Thanos.
I think Thanos and Oblivion Song are too similar.
Okay. And then what did you do?
I did Crude #1.
Okay. And I did X-Men Red.
Yeah, did for the top book.
Yeah.
Brothers Dracul.
Oh.
Yeah.
Now, I did read that.
Mm-hmm.
But I knew you were talking about it.
Yeah.
And I want to talk about some other stuff.
Yes.
We will jump into that one. Can we talk about that right now?
Sure. Why
Let's
not?
go. Brothers Dracul.
Yeah.
Aftershock.
Mm-hmm.
Colin Bunn.
Colin Bunn.
Who we got to meet.
Yeah, which we can also get to short, like because there's a lot of time.
You're right. You're absolutely right about that.
So, it's Cullen Bunn, who's
Right.
writer extraordinary. If he's writing horror, pick it up.
Yes.
Don't be stupid. Mirko Kolak is the artist.
Yes.
So, what this takes is it takes the time period where Vlad and his brother Radu were prisoners of the Sultan,
Right.
head of the Ottoman Empire, and kind of it for the first like 25 pages is very real, very gritty, very grounded in reality.
Yeah. It's like almost a historical fiction kind of piece.
Yeah, and then at the end
We get the twist.
we get the twist, and I'm like, go on,
Right?
Yeah, it was one of those.
That was it. Okay. I'm gonna be honest. It was the piss off piece for me because I'm like I'm in it. What do you mean to be continued?
Right.
No.
That last page is like the amount of red ink used in
Oh
it.
my goodness.
And then there was like the textures of the one tube thingy.
You know what?
Yeah.
If they could do a variant after this where you could like texturize and emboss the
gosh.
paper, please.
That'd be
I'm just
pretty
saying.
sweet.
You know, Aftershock has been doing this whole like revisioning of historical
Oh, yeah.
ideas,
Yeah.
and it is some of the like you would almost call it weird in the way that it should be considered common ground material.
Yeah.
But they have a fresh take every single time. Unholy Grail. This, I mean, Dark Arc, like
Yeah, top creators coming in and just nailing it.
right.
It's very, very awesome.
It's brilliant. It's brilliant. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a very brisk read.
Yes,
It doesn't waste time.
No, it's fast. It pulls you in, and then you're just taking along with it, and then you're like, where's the next 28 pages?
Right. Yeah, I am sitting there kind of scratching like, hey, you got any more than pages, baby?
Yeah.
So yeah, Brothers Dracul is
Should we talk about the?
yes.
And this is why we're like, did we talk about it? All right. So at C2E2, we were able to get a hold of a couple copies of the C2E2 retailer variant cover for Brothers Dracul
snap.
#1. And then Cullen was very generous with his time and autographed both of these.
Yes, he did.
And he actually put up with my fanboying too, which was
that was so cute.
shameful.
It was adorable. I enjoyed it.
so.
Now, what are we going to do with those?
I think I am of the opinion that we give them away to some subscribers.
What?
So what do you say next week, or do we want to draw them? No, let's draw them next week.
Draw them next week?
Yep, and then announce them next week.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah, so here's your chance, because there's some other giveaways we're going to be doing here.
Yes, there are.
So what we want you to do is subscribe. You already should be subscribing. Come on, you're this far into it.
Right.
Have it set to public so we can actually see who you are.
Kind of helps.
Yep, and then we'll reach you if you're one of the lucky winners, and we'll get your contact info, get it shipped out.
What do you say we do one established and then one within the newest week?
Yeah, works for me, because we're at 7:03 as of Tuesday night. So yeah,
Beautiful, beautiful. If you don't read that book, I will personally berate you when I see you, because that's a great read.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not even gonna lie,
Yeah.
it's
I'll
fantastic.
track you down on MySpace.
It's only fair.
Yeah.
All right, so next I've taken on X-Men Red.
Yes.
Tom Taylor, Mahmoud Asar, I believe is how you say that. This is a pretty book. Like, he is on the cusp. Like, he just needs an event.
Yeah.
Like, not even joking. Like, ordinarily, everybody's on the event fatigue and all that. He needs an event. Like, he is in the same, like, airspace, if you will. Stuart Immonen. There's a flair to what he does that just works. In this one, we see kind of I don't want to say it's a slow thing. It's a builder issue.
Yeah.
It's a builder issue. We've got more of a showcase of the character Trinary. Jean's team is handling things. I love the fact that they are kind of based in Wakanda as refugees, and Wakanda is holding like an asylum for them. Dope. But they are trying to get back to that tried and true essence of the X-Men, which is this group of very powerful mutants that are helping other mutants that are in distress. That's the core, and that's when you get to that, it's amazing. We see Trinary do some cool stuff. I'm not familiar with her yet, but
First appearance was X-Men Red #1.
okay,
So very
that's
new.
who that. Okay, because I was like, where are we going with that? But very interesting move. I will tell you right now, the end of that issue, you're not ready. You're not ready. It's good.
Yes.
It's really good.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so
This is where it's tough. If we go Thanos, we have to discuss how BA Thanos is
very.
and how Thanos-y he is.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Okay, so I am overtly in love with Donny Cates. With what he's done with this book,
Yes.
has been phenomenal.
Everything he writes is gold. Like, there hasn't been a book yet that he has done
Right.
that I've been like,
God Country.
amazing.
The fact that Shaw came from God Country, did this with him, even better. So, okay, the setup, as we've seen before. Old Thanos pulls in young Thanos to defeat his greatest enemy.
Yeah. At this point,
Seems simple,
Yeah.
seems
Silver
simple.
Surfer.
right?
Worthy Silver Surfer, because he's got Mjolnir.
Mjolnir, like
Bomb.
wielding.
Yeah.
Oh my God. His right-hand man
Yep.
is a cosmic imbued ghostwriter, formerly known as Frank Castle,
Right.
which is getting its own series.
Yeah, by Cates is going to be writing it, so pick that up.
It's one of those things where, like, you're on point when the stuff that you threw out as like a thing becomes its own thing.
Yeah.
I'm calling this is like LL Cool J and the song I'm Bad, and the fact that 2 more songs are born off of lyrics from that one. I might give you an extra prize myself if you can tell me what those 2 songs are.
Comment below.
Yeah, do that. Check out what sort of hip hop headetry y'all got over here. So in the last issue, Surfer's defeated.
Yeah.
You think the problem is done,
What's left? What is left to do?
especially when in the distance they see death
Yeah.
has come finally after all this time.
Looking fine as a Winona Ryder. Ugh.
Man, what could death be looking for?
Well, we find out.
Yes, we do.
It's amazing.
Yes, we do. Let's just get into it. Like, this issue is Thanos versus Thanos.
Yeah.
No holds bars. Like, just they're going.
Yeah.
And
If you're going to kill the entire universe, how can you have 2 people left?
right, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
One shall stand, one shall fall.
Yeah.
The gloriousness of this, though, it could have just been a pretty fluff fight.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
It never occurred to me that it could end with that.
Right. And the end tying into a brand new beginning
Is
of things.
amazing.
I was so impressed.
Right.
So impressed.
Because how many times does a time travel based story just end in a pile of poop and you're looking for corn? Because there's nothing left.
All the time. So corny. But this, you almost want to go back in for another bite.
Yeah.
You definitely do.
Pop some of that corn.
Right?
Because it was so...
It was so good.
Yeah.
Now,
I almost swore even right there.
where it suggests that it goes back to is already at play. Is it not?
I think so. Yeah.
I don't want to spoil that one, so I'm gonna wait and I'm gonna check out that and see how it ties in, and we'll see.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
Yeah. I'm very, 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 very impressed. And like the Jeff Lemire run before
was good.
Was good.
It was really good. This was a different animal.
Yeah.
But wow.
Yeah, the concept was amazing. I cannot wait for this to get trade paperbacked up. Additional print runs of almost every issue in this run have occurred. They are selling out though. Like Diamond doesn't have a Marvel's going back to an additional print, but this is the final issue in that arc.
Right.
So
you know it's good when before the last book is even dropped, they're announcing the trade.
Yeah, there's a fourth print of issue 13 or 14 that just got ordered yesterday on Monday. So yeah, if you're interested, hit your local shop up and let them know.
Do it now. This run, you will kick yourself if you don't have it.
Oh,
this is about to be one of those seminal non-infinity Thanos books.
Yeah.
Like if you don't read this, you don't know Thanos.
Yeah, you're not a fan of Thanos if you don't.
That's real. No Thanos of Thanos.
Yeah,
I did that. Yeah. Okay, last but certainly not least, Oblivion Song number 2.
Yes.
Bobby K coming in hardcore.
Yeah.
World building. It's beautiful. Okay, I'm gonna mess up the artist's name.
I will too. I'll mess it up with you. Yeah, De Felici.
Okay.
Felici.
Gorgeous artwork though.
Yes.
Gorgeous artwork. As we've seen, okay, this is a strange new world.
Yeah.
Philadelphia, some point in the future.
Yeah.
There was a colliding of dimensions.
Yeah, an overlap because they haven't really figured it out yet. Much like Walking Dead, they don't know and we don't know.
Right. Which is always fun. When you go on that journey with the characters, it's not this kind of sense of irony where you're like, oh, I know what that is.
Yeah.
It's really good. Yeah. It's really, really good. But in this switch, these strange monsters have taken over a certain space in Philadelphia. The people of Philadelphia have gone over to this other dimension, and for 10 years, they've been missing.
Yeah.
Political things come into play.
Because military's, rightfully probably is like, no, we got to protect ourselves.
Right.
Other machinations going on. People see gaps and that they can sneak into and get money. And now they've kind of stopped looking for people.
Right.
Like it's been long enough they've decided, if they were still alive, that we would have been found.
Right.
But Nathan doesn't care. Nathan is the protagonist.
He believes.
Yeah.
He believes. And not only does he believe, for all intents and purposes, he knows.
Yeah.
He just pulled 2 more people from this other side place. Yeah. And they are now speaking with the promise that there are others.
Yeah.
So what do? The government's not back in your play. Yeah. He's still got to go back over there and do some stuff. Yeah. This is I love the way that it's building. It's slowly but surely building up to this entire dual world, really, because you got our world and then you have this other place. It's cool.
Yeah.
Visually, it's great.
And they don't know. It's just like there's the dialogue is crisp, the action is there. The monsters are just icky.
They are. It's a funky thing. It's almost like you took a little kid and you had them scribble on a page.
Yeah.
And then you made a monster out of it.
Yeah.
That's not okay.
That's not.
All right. It's just some of them are they're big and bulbous and they look like they have flappy skin. And
if a turkey baster had seaweed growing off it, like a chia pet wig.
It's not okay.
Yeah.
It's not okay.
It's filled with tartar sauce. I don't even know. I like tartar. I like
Please,
tartar.
Dracul, stop. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. But again, very character driven.
Yes.
Very, very character driven.
Yep.
Yes, there are plot pieces where things happen to move the story forward, but this is really about the people.
Yeah.
And while Nathan is the first person that we're seeing, I don't know that he's going to be the sole protagonist.
Yeah, I don't think he's the Rick.
Right.
Like I think there's more.
There's going to be some more built up here.
Yeah.
Like that's just where I'm seeing it.
Yeah.
Really, really good though. I really enjoy it. Man, it's kind of an interesting thing to be at the beginnings of a Kirkman series again.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been a long time since we have.
Oh yeah.
So
this is good stuff.
very tasty, very very tasty. Speaking of Oblivion Song,
One of our other giveaways.
yes,
Very similar setup we're gonna do. If you're one of the regulars, is gonna be actually no, it's just gonna be open order because we only have
oh
one.
snap! We only have one, so this one is a special one. Now,
Yeah.
we were told that the special pink signature on this one is like a hot commodity.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, there was an issue of Walking Dead that had a similar sort of thing.
yeah,
And this one was actually given to us by Image Comics.
yes, they were fantastic. I bought some stuff, like a lot of stuff.
It's all tax write-off books. It's
It was
research.
a moment. It was research, dagnabbit, and I researched it all the way to my studio.
And if you guys weren't there at C2E2 to see the Image booth, all the big publishers had amazing booths, but the action figure section and T-shirt section for Image, amazing.
I got y'all, you guys, okay, you've watched this show enough. You know how much I love Invincible. I definitely bought the Invincible and Adam Eve figures.
Yeah.
Both sets.
And be on the lookout for the Walking Dead G.I. Joe branded figures.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll tell you about it later.
That
Jeremy.
happened.
Yeah.
That happened.
Yeah, they're out
Yes. Amazing. So yes, we're gonna give away one of these to a different subscriber. You can't be one of the winners of the other pieces. That's just not fair.
Yeah.
All right, so just throw that out there.
Very true.
And last but not least, you want to do that one?
Yeah.
Let's do it. So again, our friends at Aftershock, we love those guys.
They're amazing.
They really are.
amazing.
Like they let us come over to their booth and we did we tried to do live, but
Stupid, sexy internet
it
crashed
just,
on
it just would not hold. So we just did a quick video, kind of showcasing their booth because we do adore their stories.
Yeah.
And they hooked us up.
Yeah. Paul Lore was there.
Yeah.
And he autographed a copy of Monster Mechanica #1. And that's another one that we're going to be giving out. So, yeah, subscribe, make it public, get yourself some cool stuff.
Goodness. Get some goodness. We got some other stuff from Aftershock that we're not going to tell you about just yet.
Yeah.
But those are coming.
Yeah.
Those are coming.
And you'll love it.
While they're marinating on that,
Yes.
let's go for some honorable mentions.
Because there are some pretty interesting honorable mentions.
Yes,
this week.
there are. Okay, so we didn't do anything that was the same.
No, sir.
So we're just all over the place. You start, sir. Crude. I gotta know.
Okay, yeah.
That cover got me, man.
It's one. It is not sci-fi. It's
Okay.
not horror, which because I sometimes forget when I order stuff like what the basis behind
Right.
it is. Steve Orlando Brown and Luft Rider are the creative team behind
Right.
it. It is the story of one of the most brutal, gnarly, most dangerous and scary hitmen in Russia, and he's like trying to balance that life that pays for everything and with his family life. So he always kind of keeps his family a little bit distant because he doesn't want them to get mixed up in it. So his son, who has a lifestyle that puts him in danger in Russia, I won't spoil it for anybody, ends up taking a job on an oil rig, which is like super dangerous work.
Like that's not easy.
Yeah. And so he wants to do that so that he can escape from Russia and be able to live a life that he's not afraid of.
Okay.
So his father ends up getting a note or a letter or some kind of notification to meet somewhere, and his son's dead body is brought there with a bullet hole through the head. So it's him now going to work on that same oil rig undercover to kill the people or peoples who killed his son. So it's
I
kind
would watch that movie in a
of
heartbeat.
It's like Russian John Wick.
Oh my God, that's like the perfect description. I hope that's exactly what was said in the pitch.
Yeah.
Like if Steve Orlando went in and was like, Russian John Wick, and then just walks away.
Yeah.
I'll tell you when pages are done. Like that's the way that should have gone.
Yeah. And I was thoroughly impressed once I got into it. I'm like, oh, that's what's happening.
I need to get that. I need to get that. All right, so Lou suggested this one. So Rick and Morty presents The Vindicators. It's the second printing though.
Yes.
So this is not new.
Yeah, the first print sold out super fast. It was the first appearance of Pickle Rick in comic book form.
Yes. This was hilarious.
Yeah.
I am new to the Rick and Morty, fanfare. I'll admit, I'm new to it. I've only seen like maybe a handful of episodes of season 1, enough to know who Mr. Meeseeks is. So that worked out for me. But
I just want to die.
this was the voice of the show.
Yes.
Really, really fun. Absolutely ridiculous, and I enjoyed it. I really did. Basically, it's a crossover event featuring these characters, the Vindicators, with a lot of homages to some classic comic booky things. You can't even really talk about it without giving too much away. So I won't, because it's second printing. So some of you already know.
Yeah.
Pick it up. If you're a fan, grab this. You already know you're supposed to. Like,
that's what we're finding. What I'm finding out is that over the course of the years that this has been coming out,
right?
There is a significant number of Rick and Morty fans that have no idea there's a comic.
What?
And like some, when they find out, like, oh, well, I've watched this, you're like, no, the comic is not the show.
It's something else.
Yeah, it's completely different. It's not
brand
even,
new stories.
Not even parallel like Walking Dead. Yeah, it's just legit all brand new stuff. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, Domino.
Yes.
Make it fall for me.
All right. So when Domino was first announced, I was worried that it was just like, we're going to tie into the Deadpool 2
right.
Money grab kind of thing, but it's not. They bring in Gail Simone to write it. So where Marvel had been kind of floundering, trying to figure out the best way to really support diversity in their characters and creators,
right.
They actually were like, wait a minute, why don't we have a woman write a woman?
What?
That's the weirdest crap possible. And it was awesome.
Okay.
Yeah, she's hired, she's mercenary. And it's actually really a really good primer for if you're not familiar with the character.
Okay.
She goes into detail about the people that she works with, the characters that revolve around her, her mutant abilities.
Okay.
So you go in and you, even if you don't know who the character is, you can
get a
immediately,
sense.
yeah. And she's hired in initially to deal with some, I guess there was a theme this week, some Russian tree thieves, which, yeah.
I mean, it is a thing, yes?
Yeah, das Vidanya.
Yes.
And like, yeah, it's that, and then the plot twists make her life difficult. There's a pug; it's so adorable, tongues out. But yeah, it's like a real fun read. It's action, it's humor that I would put teen or like tween if you're one of my kids and you have nothing left to lose. But
fair game.
Yeah, but
I got you.
Yeah, really solid first issue. Can't wait to see where Gale takes us for the rest of it.
I like it. I took on Wonder Woman number 44. Totally fell for the Superman cover. I was like, is Superman in this one? I don't even know. Totally flipped through it. It seems to be not quite the tail end, but like that push piece of a story arc where Darkseid is wrecking all kinds of shop. Okay. Yeah. Apocalypse has brought the pain to Earth, specifically aiming at Diana, and it's Darkseid's forces versus Diana and her motley crew of Jason, her half-brother, Steve Trevor, and their little hodgepodge of, like, mercenary guys.
Yeah.
Darkseid has a plan, and I have to admit, the last page that showcases this plan in action, that's a messed up plan. Like, that's a messed up plan. I almost think that, like, to a degree, they're establishing the idea that Darkseid is a better arch villain for Wonder Woman than he is for Superman. The idea of the gods and their interaction therein, it kind of makes sense to me. I think obviously the classic nature of dude on dude fighting is where it came from, but Wonder Woman versus Darkseid,
power levels are comparable,
right?
So
she brings the light. His name is Darkseid. Come on, it's right there. So yeah, this was interesting, and of course they give shout outs to different points in their history, both recent and not so recent. Fighting recently, there's a big battle and some things happen, and then of course they mentioned even the New 52 Justice League fight. So it's kind of an interesting piece here to see where they're trying to make all this stuff fit. I think it's time for a restructure of certain nemesis, if you will. Darkseid for Wonder Woman, Mongol for Superman. I have no problems with that.
Fits perfectly.
Yeah, I'm game for it all day, every day. It's that. Oh my gosh, what a good week, man!
An amazing week, and the books that didn't make the cut.
It was not for lack of effort or value.
Yeah,
we have to limit things. So much so that I'm going to do quick shout outs. Only quick shout outs, not going to give a recap. Master of the Edge, indie title that I picked up. I might call this segment Indeed. Come on, that's genius. Thank you. Mike Lancet did this one. I have the absolute pleasure of working on a project with Mike under Freestyle Comics coming up. So when he put out his very first solo piece ever, and literally he did everything, all 32 pages.
Oh, wow.
Check that, sir. I had to give it a read. It's a phenomenal piece. Very Star Wars meets, there's like a Disney aspect. It's got like a I don't know exactly what all I would qualify. There's an anime, manga type feel to
Yeah.
it. There's so many wonderful things. But like, if you're a fan of Star Wars and Tolkien stories, like, it's
beautiful.
That's what you need. And then in a crazy bit,
Yeah.
I mean, the
Yeah.
how of this is so crazy. So, Power Punch Boot Camp. This one is like I don't know, not the full issue per se. It's a collection of strips that are online. If you go to powerpunchbootcamp.the/comic.org, you can check out the rest of it. Ellie, we met at the Mark Miller piece, like at the panel, and then she ended up being a part of the group that we did lunch with, and she actually had her phone out and had some artwork that I could see from this series. In fact, it could have actually been this piece right here, and I recognized the artist. The artist has done a pinup for my book, and this is so crazy. The artist did a pinup for my book, Wonder Care Presents the Kindergardians. So I'm like, is that Alejandro's work? And she's like, you know Alejandro? She's so British and so adorable. Ellie, I love you. You're so sweet. She's like, you know him? And I'm like, yeah, he did a pinup for my book. And so she's like telling me how he's filling in for Kurt Wood, who originally started the series. He actually did a couple of pages at the beginning, and Kurt did a pinup for my book as well. So like, we're like,
the odds of...
It was so crazy. Like, she's from England, okay, London. We happen to meet in Chicago, have been working with the same people, and this is adorable. Like, having, put out something of the same vein, we were teasing about it before, a crossover is imminent. That is happening. I don't even care. It's a must. So, Ellie, look for me to be calling you because Power Punch, Wonder Care,
and reach out to me because I want to stock this in my store.
Yes.
I know the owner.
All of the yes. So, man, this is a great week.
It was phenomenal.
Super great week. Again, thank you for going with me, man. That was so much fun.
Thank you for having me along.
Dude, we're doing it again soon. We have to.
It was good times.
Yes. And so, again, you guys, we got all kinds of prizes. If you're a subscriber, click that button.
Publicly.
Do it. Click the bell so that way you get the notification. We'll tell you when we got new stuff. And we got new stuff all the time.
All the time.
And we got gifts for our friends, our subscriber friends.
Yeah. But not you, Ted. Not you, Ted.
I thought we weren't going to talk about him no more.
Dude, I'm sorry. Ted, piece of...
It's all right.
Sorry.